Yo, 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 what is good? 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 Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's having a good time, man. But man, what the hell, man? What what is going on, man? What is going on here? What is going on here? What's good with everybody already in the chat? Shout out to Robert. He says great win in this. Yeah, it's weird, man. All eyes on I don't know, but yes, shout out to you, Desert Raider, Brandon. Look, let's get right into the business, man. So man, this was interesting. We got a couple things to talk about. You know, this was I was planning to do a live. I was not gonna do one on this. I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked, man. I am shocked. I am shocked. So look, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So right now, the reports are there's a bit conflicting reports. Good news is he was already released. You know, he was in his car, but he was asleep. He was parked. Nobody was hurt. None of that. Full thing. Shout to Raider Scout says cornerback Nate Hobbs, who was booked on a misdemeanor DUI charge earlier, has been released from jail. Hobbs was found sleeping in his car morning at the Cromwell Hotel. Officers conducted field sobriety tests, never administering a breathalyzer, and decided to arrest Hobbs. He got court in May, but he's all good. You know, the man will most likely play on Sunday unless, you know, the NFL tries to screw us and does some, you know, some hating shit against the Raiders, but he should be completely fine to go. He should be completely fine to go this week. He was already released. You know, it is what it is. It sucks. We gotta be more responsible, but you know, nobody was hurt. Thankfully, he was parked. He was parked in a parking lot near a hotel or something like that. You know, he's good, man. He's good. So unless the NFL does some hoe ass shit, good. We're good. You know, it is what it is, man. It sucks, but you know, it's tough, man. But thankfully, nobody's hurt. He'll be back. He'll be back to play. He should be just fine. I didn't want to load up the live until I heard what Rich Versace wanted to say, and he was pretty simple about it. You know, he called it an incident. That's all it was. You know, he was not driving. He was good. He was good. That's it is what it is, man. Thank goodness nobody was hurt. All I gotta say is, man, these players need to realize how much they have in front of them. They need to realize how much they have in front of them, man. Like the season is on the line. This guy is a young talent, doing great. He can set up his family for life if he's just responsible, you know. So these players, man. I mean, thank God nobody was hurt, but they got to realize how much they have in front of them, man. They have so much in front of them. They have such a big future ahead of them. These players just need to be more responsible, man. That's all it is. That's all it is. They have to be more responsible. On lighter terms, you know, the NFL decided, hey, the Raiders and the Chargers, this is two huge games in terms of playoff implications. They're going to flex our game. We will be now on primetime football. We will be playing our last game of the season, our season ender, and our regular season ender will be on Sunday Night Football prime time in Las Vegas. We started the season prime time in Las Vegas. We're ending the season prime time in Las Vegas, and we have everything to play for this week. Really quick, I want to talk about yesterday's game. We played a hell of a game. You know, I'm very happy that we got what we needed to do. We got it done. We did what we needed to do. It wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that we got 9 wins on our record and not 8. That's what it is. None of this would matter. We wouldn't be talking about playoffs. We wouldn't be doing anything if we didn't take care of our business yesterday. So I'm very happy we took care of our business. That's where it started. I will say this. I said this yesterday on Graphs Live. We started off the season 3-0. Chargers were the team to end our streak. Right now, we are on a 3-0 streak, ending the season, and we are finishing out the season with the Chargers. Not only did they end our streak, but After that, our season kind of started to go down. This right here, we need to get our loss back. Not only is it huge for playoff implications, we just need to do it for ourselves, man. We just need to do it for ourselves. So this is such a big week. It's already the week of the game. So I'm ready, man. I am ready. Yes, Dark Side. Yep, I read that out. He's fine. He's gonna most likely practice tomorrow. I just feel like, man, these players, man, they really need to realize how much they have in front of him. Also, Raiders star tight end Darren Waller. It seems to be that we will have Darren Waller back going into this week. We are anticipating a Darren Waller return. Darren Waller, without a doubt, is much needed on this team right now. We are lacking our 11 personnel without him. Our 11 personnel is 2 tight end sets on a tight end on each side. It's an even set. We are really lacking that personnel without Darren Waller. Darren Waller, when you have Darren Waller and Foster together, it's a big difference than Foster and Helm together. It's a big difference. So if we can get Darren Waller back this week, we need to do it. But regardless of who we have on that field, the Raiders need to take care of business this week. And as far as the season goes, man, these players, they all know from what I watched yesterday on the TV. These players all know what they have going for them, man, and I like that. I like that. Each and every one of these players know exactly what they have in front of them, and maybe Nate Hobbs just wanted to have a little fun or whatnot, but it is what it is, man. It happened. He was released from jail. I mean, he's fine. He's gonna most likely play. I mean, he should play on Sunday. And hopefully we can get a bunch of players, man. I mean, I really want to make sure. I really hope that we're at full strength going up against the Chargers because we're going to need everybody. We're going to need everybody this week. Now, the Raiders, as of right now, the Raiders hold the 7th seed in the AFC. So if the season were to end today, we would be in. We would already be in. So as of right now, we hold the 7th seed. This is huge. I mean, this is really big. And with us winning, I believe it knocked out the Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe with us winning yesterday, it knocked out those 2 teams. So we knocked out some teams yesterday, as well as putting us in the playoffs as of right now. Now, the 7th seed is us. The 6th seed is the Chargers, right? So if we win, we jump up. If we lose, we are out. We are out. And that's obviously pending if other teams help us or that kind of stuff. But you don't need any help if you just win. You don't need any help if you just win. It'd be different if we needed to win and we needed help. We're good. The Browns were already eliminated. Okay. Let's see. We're the 8th. How the hell? Oh, we were the 6th seed before the afternoon games and you guys are right. You guys are right. We were the 6th seed before all the afternoon games and the Sunday night games. That's true. That's true. But look, man, we're right there. We're right there. The Colts are the 6th, the Chargers are the 7th. How are the Colts 6th? Wait, what? How are the Colts 6th? Yeah, if we win, we're 6th. But look, we hold tiebreakers over a bunch of fucking teams. It's all good, man. What I will say is shout out to the freaking defense and Zay Jones. So the defense and Zay Jones, those 2 right there. I know Hunter Renfrow had a huge game, but Zay Jones was absolutely amazing yesterday. I'm really happy for him that this was his first ever 100-yard game. It's great, but we need to have all hands on deck this game. We need to come out and finish this season with a win. We already have our first winning season since 2016, but Raider Nation, we got to get this stadium. I saw Jermaine Illuminor posting it. I saw Kenyon Drake posting it. We need to have this last game of the season. We need to have this last game of the season in Vegas blacked out, man. Are any of you guys going to that game? Are any of you guys going to that game? Baby Doll Studio, no. Nate Hobbs, he'll play. He'll play. He'll play. He'll play. Shout out to the O-line. Yes, O-line did their thing. That hat looking like Chargers blue. You trying to tell us something? That look like a Chargers logo, brother. That look like a Chargers logo, brother. Zay making noise late. I fuck with it heavy. Tickets are like 400 right now. Damn. Let's see. Let's see the ticket prices. Let's see the ticket prices. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Zay making noise late. I fuck with it heavy. Hey, if he's here when we need it, oh shit. Okay. More news. More news. The Raiders have activated linebacker Will Compton and linebacker Patrick Onwuasor off of the reserved COVID-19 list. That's great. That's very, 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 very good for depth. We have restored Lester Khan and Jeremiah Puatasi to the practice squad. We have released offensive line Nico Falah and O lineman Brett Heggie from the practice squad. So we got to do what we got to do, man. We're getting players back. It's looking good. We just need to continue to stay healthy, man. We just need to continue to stay healthy. Let's see. God damn. Cheapest tickets right now, I think, are $296. Finally, Compton, let's go. Yeah, I think this might be Will Compton's first game back as a Raider. As we all know, Raiders re-signed him after him being with us for a little bit. Why does this happen to us? Only Samurai, man. We live our players live in a city where you got something going on at every corner, man. You got something going on at every corner of the city they live in. After a big win, I'm sure these guys wanted to celebrate. And, things happen. But, thankfully nobody was hurt. He was already released. He should be playing. And it is what it is. It's behind us. He'll deal with his situation in May in court. But as of right now, nothing. We're good. He's good. And also we're looking like Darren Waller should be back to help us in this last game of the season. Let's see, man. Let's see. Oh shit, man. Let me tell you what's going on with Incognito. That motherfucker's done. He has to be done. Is more going to come back this week? Also, it looks like as far as Nicholas Morrow, his return is going to be if we make it to the wild card. That's what they're looking at. A possible return for Nicholas Morrow. You wearing gloves? Hell yeah, it's cold than a bitch in here. What's up, Littleton? I think he was active. I just think he didn't get enough play. Or no, he wasn't active. I don't think we activated him. But whew. And look, this situation right here, man. This one shout out to Cash Lord Raider for bringing this topic up because I completely forgot. About this, man. That right there really, really, really pissed me off, man. The NFL wanted to make it seem like it was, oh, we love John Madden. But once one of our players, Deshaun Jackson, Gerald McCoy is not he's not back. One of our players, Deshaun Jackson, wants to show respect to the great John Madden. He gets his cleats customized for John Madden. He understands that this is a big game. A lot of people are going to be watching on Fox. That's where John Madden, narrated his commentary, all that kind of stuff. And he goes out and says after the game that the NFL, there was some people from the NFL that told him he had to take it off or he was going to be removed from the game. Now, that right there is extremely, 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 extremely messed up. I mean, this whole narrative right now that the NFL is trying to portray, let's all do a moment of silence. Oh, let's put John Madden's face on the top right of the Fox NFL logo. All this kind of stuff, right? And because of a player wants to pay to get his custom cleats you're trying to force him to take him off, or else he's going to be removed from the game. Like, dude, that's absolutely bullshit, man. That's so messed up. He's trying to pay respects to somebody who put his mark in this game. You know, Deshaun Jackson himself is trying to put his mark in this game, and you're trying to force him to remove him, or he'll be taken out of the game. That's just BS right there, man. That's just BS. That's just BS, man. Can't believe the NFL, you know, they're the agenda, the secret agenda they have against our team, man, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If Morrow can play on the wild card, does he start over Littleton? I'd say no, just because, you know, he's coming back from injury. He hasn't played the whole year. He might not be as fit. I just don't think so. I think he'll get some good amount of reps though. Stephon Diggs has some John Madden cleats shoot too. Yeah, man. I hope they didn't make him take him off. Yes, Florida boy. The offense got creative with Mariota. I like that he finally got a pass, make the opponent have to worry about that too. I agree. I really liked that there was 2 plays back to back where he stayed in. It was on 2nd and 5. They picked up 4 yards, and then on 3rd and 1 was when Alex Leatherwood jumped off sides, right? Or he had a little false start. So I like that he stayed in for 1 or 2 plays. Obviously, he didn't get to play that last play because, you know, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 1 is a bit different. So they put DC back out there, and he ended up getting sacked and we kicked a field goal, right? But I really, really like that the Raiders said, you know what, this is our time. We got to get this man going. I can't stress this enough, man. We have to continue to give these defenses more and more things to worry about. Now, I absolutely am disappointed in our running back, Josh Jacobs. The man just he has the injury bug, man. This man can't stay healthy. We rely on him for one game against the Denver Broncos. He has a great game. Then we say, you know what? We're gonna rely on you again. And he gets hurt. He fucking gets hurt, man. We can't have a running back that can't play a full game. We can't. It's ridiculous, man. So I hope that maybe we elevate Trey Regis this game, but I don't know, man. It doesn't look too good for Josh Jacobs against the Chargers, honestly. I mean, if it's a rib injury, whether it's bruised or not, fractured, rib injuries for running backs are very tough. I mean, you're gonna get tackled, and you're gonna get tackled in your thighs and in your ribs. It's inevitable for a running back to get hit in his ribs. So, it's a bit annoying, man. I'm not happy with our running back right now, but you know, it finally looked like he started to get it together. Remember what he was doing right years before. Remember he was starting to remember what got him to the Pro Bowl and all that kind of stuff. But then, you know, he gets injured, and this is what we're saying, right? And I give credit to Stu. A lot of you guys know who Stu is. He played for the Raiders, all this kind of stuff. Me, Stu, and Graf were on a live together. We were talking about Josh Jacobs, right? And we said it as simple as this: you can't be a bruiser back if each time you run in between the tackles and you got to get those gritty yards, you get hurt. You can't be an elusive back if when you try and bounce it outside and make somebody miss, you don't have what it takes to make people miss. You don't have the speed on the outside. So what is Josh Jacobs? Because he can't catch the ball well. He doesn't pass protect well. When he does what he needs to do in between the tackles, he gets hurt. When he tries to protect himself from injury, he loses us yards going out of bounds. So right now we are in a weird spot with Josh Jacobs. I hope that we'll get him for this game, because if you have Josh Jacobs in the red zone with Mariota, with Darren Waller, with Hunter Renfrow, it's gonna give the defense a lot of fucking shit to worry about, right? I would love to have Josh Jacobs this next game, but rib injuries for running backs are very, very tough. And when you only have a week to get over it, It's not looking too well, man. It's not looking too well. Yes, Cash Lord says Mariota is a dog running with hella heart, always positive yards. Dude, Mariota was over there yelling, screaming, jumping, all this kind of stuff, man. I love that. I love that, man. Mariota was definitely fighting for us yesterday, and we needed that. We needed that bad. Mariota, he came in on a who who was it that converted our 4th and 2 that we had? Or we scored on the 4th and 2. We scored on the 4th and 2. We scored on the 4th and 2, but there was a 3rd and 1, and I think a 4th and 1 where Mariota came in and he really shined. He did what he needed to do. So it's good, man. It's good. I really enjoyed seeing Marcus Mariota out there. Had a lot of heart, had a lot of will, played hard, and shit. He big factor in why we won that freaking game. Nate is not getting realist. I think he meant to say released, but he's going to get fined by the Raiders in the NFL. I don't know if the NFL or the Raiders will fine him, but he's already been released from jail. He's I'm sure he's home or something. He has a court date in May, and yeah, I'm sure he'll play this week. 3rd or 4th and Renfrow. Yeah, that man is clutch. Definition of freaking clutch, man. Definition of freaking clutch. I mean, there's not much more you can ask out of a slot receiver. I mean, what's next? I mean, we've asked him to move outside for a couple of games, and then he goes and gets touchdowns outside. Like, I mean, check this out, guys. Hunter Renfrow right now, I believe, is 6 receptions away from beating Tim Brown's Raiders receiving record. Now he's 8 receptions away from beating what Darren Waller did with the Raiders last year at 107. So Hunter Renfrow, man, there's no shortage of good things that you can say about Hunter Renfrow. This man right here he's, in my opinion, if we didn't have Hunter Renfrow these last 3 games, our record be lopsided. It'd be completely different. Hunter Renfrow right now has, on the season, he has 99 receptions. So like I said, he's 8 away from tying Darren Waller, what he did last year. Darren Waller has the Raiders reception all-time record. He's 8 away from tying Darren Waller, 9 away from beating Darren Waller. And he's only 6 receptions away from beating Tim Brown and Jerry Rice and being number 1 as a receiver for the Raiders in receptions in the history of the Raiders. Now, I understand that Darren Waller did it last year in 16 games, and all those other players did it in 16 or less games. But we're talking about a slot receiver here, right? This is not an outside receiver. He's not an X. He's not a Z. He's in between the tight ends and the receivers, right? So he's on the inside. So what Hunter is doing is, I mean, it's amazing, right? And I think next year is his last year on his contract. I think this offseason, you need to look into extending a lot of your core foundation players. I think we do have a lot of core and foundational players going forward. We have a lot of people, in my opinion, that can be extended this offseason and things like that, man. But this right here, where we're heading with this team is looking up, man. And you have a great slot receiver in Hunter Renfrow. I mean, as long as Darren Waller's healthy, you have a great tight end. You really just need to shore up your running back and your wide receiver 1, and help your offensive line. Help your offensive line a bit. And then the rest is defense. Because as much as we talk about Derek Carr, he's not our biggest need on the team, right? But if you can upgrade from Derek Carr, do it. If you can upgrade from Derek Carr, do it, but he's not the biggest need at the moment, right? So you have other bigger needs. In my opinion, you have a bigger need at wide receiver. You have a bigger need at running back, at offensive line. And then you have bigger needs on defense before you get to Derek Carr, right? But if you can upgrade at Derek Carr, goddamn, do it. Go ahead. Do what you need to do. But, we have bigger needs on this team than quarterback, but this team right now has some great foundational players. So we got to do what we got to do going forward. This team, man, we just need to stay intact. I really hope that these freaking players understand how much they have going for them. A young player like Nate Hobbs, man, all the talent in the freaking world. Like I said when I first started this, he can set up his freaking family for life. You just got to make the right decisions, man. He didn't hurt nobody. Nobody was hurt. He was parked. He was asleep. The police didn't even give him a breathalyzer. So he's gonna beat his case. He's gonna beat that case easily. I mean, the police arrested him off of the little ABCs and the little trying to walk and walk in a straight line. They arrested him off of that. He's already released. He's good, man. He's good. Shout out to Graf in the chat, man. Let's see. RD should practice how to catch interceptions. Yeah, I mean, our defense, man. I mean, shout out to the defense in a good way. I mean, the defense, holy fuck. Only reason why we were in that game. Only reason why we were in that game. Hobbs will play on Sunday. Yes, he will. But man, the defense, the only thing we lack right now is turnovers. Yesterday at halftime, we were lacking pressures on the quarterback. Second half, we were getting a lot of pressures on the quarterback. But, this defense, the only thing that we need to do going forward is begin to get those turnovers. And with Gus Bradley's system, I mean, you see a lot of guys, right? Keyshawn Nixon was pretty freaking trash in Paul Guenther's system, and there was a lot of people that were trash in Paul Guenther's system. But what I would say is, as much as Gus Bradley's system is conservative, it allows guys like Brandon Faison, Keyshawn Nixon, Desmond Trufant, who are not at they're not the best players. But this season, I mean, this system, this scheme allows these players that are not so great athletically to really perform. That's what this scheme does. It allows the not so great players to really perform, because this system is very simple. It puts people in a position to where if you're good enough, you can make a play. But when you don't have those superstars, that strong safety like a Derwin James that he had with the Chargers, when you don't have a superstar like Earl Thomas, the one he had with the Seahawks, when you don't have KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner in their prime, right? When you don't have a Richard Sherman and all these guys on the outside, there's tons of there's weak spots right down the seams, weak spots in the cover three. The only problem is that Gus Bradley, he does not disguise his defense. He says, we're going to run our defense and we're going to run it to perfection, right? That's what he's doing, and I understand that. But when you don't have the talent that you need to run it without disguising your scheme, without doing this, without that, you got to help your players out a little bit more and start disguising the defense so that teams don't know off the rip, okay, it's just cover three, cover one man, You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do, man. This system is very, very interesting. It's soft at times, but at the same time, when you got a front four like we do with Quentin Jefferson, Yannick, Max, Solomon, and I'm probably missing a name. You're good. You're good, man. You're good. But Grass says we got more DUIs than INTs. I'm pretty sure we fucking do. How many INT? I mean, no, Josh's was last year. You got Hobbs. You got Ruggs. Shit. I don't know. Did Arnett get one this year? Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, it's looking rough, man. We cut Hobbs yet. Hobbs will not be cut from this team. Hobbs will fucking play this weekend. The man was parked in a hotel parking lot, knocked the fuck out. He was asleep. The police woke his ass up, made him do the little field, the little ABCs, walk in a straight line, all that bullshit, and they arrested him. They never even gave him a breathalyzer. He got court in May. He's going to beat that shit easily. So, yeah, he won't get cut from this team at all. I want to really see right now going into this Going into this last game of the season, I want to see where our defense um ranks. I want to see what our players have done throughout this whole year. Um, let's see. I want to see what our players have done this year. Because not I see the graphs in here. You feel me? His boy started off real hot, Solomon Thomas, but he ain't done shit else. So let's see, man. Team statistics. Let's go down to defense. So Denzel Perryman leads our defense in tackles. Probably would have led the league in tackles if he would never been hit with an injury in COVID. He leads with 145. Abram, after not playing these last couple games, is still up there with 116. Corey Littleton at 98. Nate Hobbs at 67. Trayvon Merrick at 51. Brandon Faison at 48. Those are our top six in defense for tackles. Now, hold on. No, Hobbs is playing. Hobbs is playing, you guys. He was already released from jail. He's probably at the crib. He has court in May. He has 5 months until he even has to deal with this shit. I doubt he'll even get his license suspended because he was parked. He was asleep in a fucking parking lot. So I'm fine. Andy, if we win and the Pats lose, do we get the 5th seed? I don't think so because I think they have a better conference record than us. Yeah, it's crazy how we didn't lap the Colts in their playoff. Yeah, I didn't really understand that either, but apparently they have a better conference record and that means more. So, yeah. Now in terms of interceptions, nobody on our team has more than one interception. Nobody on our team has more than one interception. It goes Merrick with 1, Mullen with 1, Hobbs with 1, Jonathan Abram with 1, Brandon Faison with 1. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. That is it. It's crazy how we didn't. Yeah. How many combined tackles does Diablo have between the last 2 games? Let's see. Let's look at Divine Diablo's stats, man. Let's check it out. The last 2 games. He's looking at. Casey Hayward got 0 picks. Yeah, Casey Hayward has none. Casey Hayward has none, but he also hasn't given up a touchdown. Casey Hayward hasn't given up a touchdown. Neither has Nate Hobbs. So let's see. The last 2 weeks against Denver and Indianapolis, he only had 1 tackle against Denver, and he had 9 yesterday. So he's on 10 tackles the last 2 weeks, according to ESPN. According to ESPN, he had 9 yesterday, and he had 1 against the Denver Broncos. So yeah. Now, crazy, he's been solid. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, man. Yeah, yes, Dwayne. I was saying the same thing when that happened. Why nobody made a big deal about the play where Wentz almost got sacked? He threw the ball at his offensive lineman. Was that not illegal touching? 100% it was. 110% it was, man. Even the announcers were talking about it. A lot of people, the commentators, were talking about it. So that was without a doubt illegal touching, but I guess they didn't call it intentional. The ruling on the field that they were going for was intentional grounding, not illegal touching. So they didn't call intentional grounding because apparently Jonathan Taylor was in the area, but Jonathan Taylor didn't get the ball. It was hit by his offensive lineman that was going up the field. So that's... I want to talk about this right here. Manuel brings up a good point right here. We need to see more of Kuntz. The plays he's in, he's applying pressure. He's applying a bunch of pressure. A bunch of pressure, man. I said this yesterday on Grabs Live, man, and I truly do believe this. Um, I think that right now, if Max or Yannick, whichever one is having the better game, keep them in. But it seems like we never have a game besides week one. It seems like we never have a game where they're both on together. So, in my opinion, you go out, you start the game, Max and Yannick opposite sides of each other. That's what you should do. And what I think you should do is throughout the game, whichever one isn't looking too good, throw Malcolm Kuntz out there. Or do what they were doing before when Carl Nassib was out for a few weeks and have Cleveland and Kuntz opposite sides of each other. Because for some reason, Cleveland and Kuntz opposite sides of each other is very, 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 very effective. Those two together get a lot of pressure. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's just coincidental, but Cleveland and Kuntz get a bunch of pressures together when they are in. When Kuntz is opposite side of Cleveland, and then you throw in a Damian Square and a Solomon Thomas in the middle, bro, that group gets a bunch of pressure. What I do think though is that going into this game against a pass-heavy team like the Chargers, we need to look into a NASCAR package. I think our NASCAR package, in order to generate the absolute most pressure, should be Yannick Ngakoue and Malcolm Kuntz on the outside, Max and Q. When we do that Y9 base where Max and Q and the defensive tackles are playing at a 5, and then your two edges are either stand up or at a 9 tech, that's what we should do. When we need pressure, that's what we should do. Kuntz, Yannick, Max, and Q. Q and Max at the 5 tech, and then you got Yannick and Kuntz either standing up or in a 9 technique. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. That group right there would generate so much pressure, in my opinion. I think we'd get a lot more turnovers. And if it's not Quinn Jefferson, I see you right here, Dwayne. Put in Darius Philon, because Darius Philon's an absolute freaking beast. Just do what we need to do. Just do what we need to do. But I really think that we should look into going with a NASCAR package on third downs to really get after Justin Herbert, because we know that this team that we're going up against is a pass-first team. This is a pass-heavy team. They pass the ball to their running back, Austin Eckler. They got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I'm not sure if Jared Cook will play, because Jared Cook did get put on the COVID reserve, and I'm not sure if he's vaccinated or not. So there's a couple things there, but they have Jared Cook and they have other guys, right? I just feel like we need to really look into a NASCAR package, right? Last year when we really saw that our defensive line wasn't getting it done, we went with the NASCAR package with Mack, Vic Beasley, Cleveland, and Hankins, right? That was our NASCAR package last year. We obviously have a much better group than that. We have a much better group than that this year, and I really feel like we should look into a NASCAR package going into this game, because this is a pass-first team, and we need to have Justin Herbert uncomfortable. We can't have him back there just sitting pretty, okay, time to throw. We can't have him just sitting there, man. We need to have him having to move around and do these Madden 22 plays where he has to do backflips and shit and throw the ball off his fucking toenail and shit, and we need to have him uncomfortable, right? And on third down, it's a down that we lack consistency on, and I think it'll help the defensive backs and the linebackers if you have much more pressure up front, generating pressure with a NASCAR package, right? You're still only using 4 guys, but it's still a NASCAR package. That's what we need to do, man. That's what we need to do. Darius Philon is our best DT. He gets pressure on every play. Darius Philon is a freaking beast. He's a freaking beast, man. Whether it's in the run game or the pass rush, he's a beast. There's only been a couple times where I've seen Darius Philon really get beat off the line of scrimmage and get hit back for a couple yards. But he's a very, 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 very good defensive tackle, and I really like him. I really hope that this offseason we go out and we bring him back, because he's only on a 1-year deal. He proved it's a 1-year prove it deal, and he sure as hell has proved that he should be back. in my opinion. Let's see. I want to look up Quentin Jefferson's stats really quick. I want to go through all of our defensive tackles going into this last game. Um, let's see. Our defense has really shown up the last games. Do we give Gus another year? I've said this before. I'd give Gus another year, let him get all his guys that he really believes. Not only do I want Gus for another year because of our defense, I want Gus another year because of his eye for talent. Gus is very, 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 very good at drafting talented players. I really like Gus Bradley as someone to be there in the draft room, someone to be there watching film, and when it's time to draft. I really, really like Gus Bradley. Clee has done well in divisional games in the past, especially against the Chargers. Yeah, Clee is that guy. Turning the ball over against LA isn't an option. I agree, Raider Champion. And shout out to Raider Champion in the chat, man. That man always drops good Raider content, man. So you want more Raider content, go check that boy out right there. Let's see. I want to see this man's stats. Thank goodness Wentz is trash. Yeah, Wentz messed up a couple of them. Kuntz plays good and gets no extra PT. Shaking my head. Yeah, Kuntz plays great and gets no extra PT. He plays great. He was like an inch away from a sack, and then they took him out for either the rest of the game or the rest of the quarter, something like that. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. Sacks. Right now, Quentin Jefferson is sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4. Quentin Jefferson's on 5 sacks as a Raider. I think Solomon Thomas is only at 3. Now, as we all know, Solomon Thomas got a lot more money. But you know, what the hell, man? What the hell? Let's see. Kuntz has to do better cutting off the running backs coming off the edge. Yes, I'm very glad that you pointed that out. And I think it's not just Kuntz. I think it's our edge rushers in general. And a reason why I felt that Max Crosby was pretty silent yesterday was, I'm not sure if you guys noticed it as well, but Max Crosby, I think Rod Marinelli had Max Crosby doing a little bit too many stunts yesterday. He had Max Crosby going inside a little bit too much yesterday, and I didn't really like that. Max Crosby's most production is when he's, straight up one-on-one against the tackle, and he gets a lot of reps against the tackle. But when I felt like Rod Marinelli was kind of overusing the stunts with Max Crosby yesterday, and Max Crosby was going inside, getting double-teamed, and I didn't really like that too much. Max Crosby was kind of silent yesterday because of it, in my opinion. I feel like we really, 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 as a defensive end group, we need to do what Watts stated right there, cutting off the running backs when they're going out into the flats. But I feel like we kind of need to slow down on the stunts with Rod Marinelli. That's what I feel. Let's see. I was at the Colts game. I realized how much Eric Carr puts in the ball when he throws it deep. No wonder why he has so many INTs. Good, ITs. Good win though. I was kind of disappointed in Carr when he underthrew Deshaun Jackson. I was very disappointed in Carr when he underthrew Deshaun Jackson, because Deshaun Jackson had about two steps on him, man. He had about 2 steps on him. But shout out to you. Hey, I said this before. Is anybody in here going to the game this Sunday? I want to know. Wentz had one good drive, big deal. Yannick was going hard too. Diablo would be the catalyst for the game. He's got the talent, but he has to study film and not rely solely on his player instincts. Yeah, he needs to grow as a player, Greg. He really does need to grow as a player. He's young. He's young as shit. This is his first year at a new position in the NFL. So I said this I think it was my last live. I'm very happy. I feel like Divine Diablo is exceeding his year 1 expectations, but I feel as if, like you said, he maybe needs to study a little bit more time to really get used to this, right? But as of right now, I feel like he's exceeding his expectations for year 1. air, and more importantly, he was late in throwing the ball. He was. That was just bad on our quarterback. They had to double Max. He's a problem. You notice we got 2 holding calls finally, right? When's the fucking last time Max actually got some calls for him, right? So it's good, man. We should stunt against passing teams, gap control against running teams. Yes. Graham Cam. Perfect. That was a Graham Cam with a grand slam. You feel me? So I agree, man. If you're like this game right here, we're going up against the Charger passing team. Stunts. Do whatever the fuck you need to do. Get the offensive line confused. Get them all messed up. So they don't know who to block, and maybe you can get a free rusher once in a while on Justin Herbert. Hit Justin Herbert. Get in his face. All that kind of stuff, right? Against passing teams like the Chargers, the Chiefs, against those divisional opponents that you know is going to pass the ball a lot. But you're going to fuck up if you're doing stunts against a team that relies on their running back to be their offense. It's going to mess up. The gap assignments, gap control, linebackers aren't going to exactly know which hole is theirs. They're not going to know which one is where, all this kind of stuff. So, yes, I 1,000% agree with you, Graham. I'm concerned about the defenses. The Chargers offense is completely different than our last 3 opponents. Yeah, we faced some run-heavy opponents the last 3 weeks. But I think that our pass rush should do what they need to do in order for us to win this game, man. And that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to the pass rush. Ruggs would have went up to get the ball. Yeah, he would have. He would have, Manuel. He would have, without a doubt. We've seen Ruggs go up there, climb the ladder, try and make the play, but he's not here. He'll most likely never ever play in the NFL again. So, yeah. Didn't like when Gus Bradley went to too soft coverage after the bad kick. Yeah, I think that you are okay in doing the soft coverage if it was, regular touchback. But when they're starting on the 40-yard line and only need about 25 yards to get in field goal range, I'm not a fan of that at all. I'm not a fan of that at all. We will match their level, Raider champ. Let's see. The ball was short on that Deshaun Jackson pass. How can he fight for the ball if it was underthrown by a whole yard? Yeah, it was not a good throw. I love the NASCAR blitz. Todd Bowles and Mike Zimmer uses the packages a lot. Yeah, I think that we just need to get a little bit more creative going in these games on defense. Greg says you're going to the game. Did you buy the tickets earlier on before the season or earlier on in the season? Because right now I was getting told the tickets are like $400, and that's what I was going to look up. So tickets to the game, $296, $318. You know what? I might have to go. Let's see. You're going to the game. Bet. Carr needs Bosa's fade. Need to call him out like he did. Stephen A. Smith, playoff Sunday night. Look, man, dude, Derek Carr. I feel like this game was great because the Colts, a team that beat us last year, but the Colts were a team that ended his MVP season, right? The Colts were a team that ended his MVP season, ended his playoff debut. But the thing that I like is right now, man, Joey Bosa talked a lot of shit, man. He talked a lot of shit. To the media, right? Derek Carr, we know that under pressure he's folds, he curls up like a ball. He was curling up right before the player even got there. So I really feel like Derek Carr, I feel like he started to bark back a little bit. A lot of people thought that what he said after yesterday's win was a shot at Rich Gannon, and if it was, it was. If it wasn't, it wasn't. So I like this, man. I hope that DC is a little angry going into this game, man. And he said it his damn self. None of this shit matters if we don't win, right? And we won, and now you're playing for everything this game. So it's great. Let's see. So you're saying he's scared? I really hope that that's not what you got from what I just said. Let's see. Yeah, so 296. Hey, let me say this, y'all. I've been to the Raiders Stadium and I've had It wasn't a nosebleeds. It was kind of in the middle, but there is no bad seat in that stadium. There's not one bad seat in that stadium, man. So if you got the funds and you got the time Sunday, I'd say go take that trip, man. I'd say go take that trip. Honestly, looking at it, I might think about it, man. I might have to. Um, cause shit, it's the last game. You feel me? Hell yeah, we need DC to be angry. Hell yeah, we need DC to be angry. They have to check Bosa on every play in the first half, get in his head to help Parker on the pass rush. Bro, I think Jermaine Illuminor needs to start. Jermaine Illuminor needs to start, man. Brandon Parker should not be the starting right tackle. Jermaine Illuminor needs to start. He needs to start, man. Because, God damn, bro. Brandon Parker is trash. He sucks. Honestly, think we can beat the Chargers? I think you're not the only one. I think we can beat the Chargers. I think we could beat. We need to do what we need to do. I think we can beat the Chargers, man. We need the whole team pissed off. Hell yeah, DJ. Wait, what? DJX don't get ball much. He waits for the ball instead of attacking the ball. Well, the thing is that Deshaun Jackson has never been the player that goes up and gets it and all that kind of stuff. He's a deep threat, right? Jermaine is not a tackle. Okay, I guess he's not a tackle. Gustavo, man, you look at every other team Jermaine Illuminor has played for and tell me if he's played offensive guard. He's only played offensive guard with the Raiders. Every other place he's been in, he's a tackle. But he's not a tackle. It's okay. He's not a tackle, though. Only the Raiders have had him at tackle. But it is what it is. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't think they changed Parker. Yeah, me neither, Watts. I don't think so, but they need to. Because Brandon Parker is some ass. He sucks. We need to use Richard like they use Eckler, good yards after catch. Yes, I actually agree with that, right? You know, I wasn't such a big fan of Jalen Richard going into the season because of his contract, and I kind of felt like, you know, he was kind of done for, right? I felt like he was his time in the league was over, but seeing him now after he's came back from his injury, I mean, he's a good player, man, and I definitely think that we should pass him the ball more. He's reliable, got reliable hands. You know, he's you know, he's not the best runner, but shit, he still got it, man. He still got it. Attacking the ball, boy, you don't know about Deshaun Jackson. He's a long ball receiver. Carr throws that passive ahead of him. That's a TD. Easily. Easy as that. Deshaun Jackson has never been the guy to fucking climb the ladder and go up and make that catch, ever. He doesn't need to be. That man is a deep threat. He's 250-yard receptions away from statistically being the best deep threat to ever play the game. We're talking about above Jerry Rice, above Randy Moss. Statistically. Can Hobbs still play? Yes, he can. Hobbs can with 100. Hobbs will play. Yes, Raider Dez, man. I want to see them give Regis more of a shot as well. I think that he needs to, bro. Let me say this, man. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, the preseason that we saw Trey Regis had, he was amazing. Right? And he was doing that, yes, to second stringers, third stringers, but he was also playing with our third string offensive line. In my opinion, if you give Trey Regis his opportunity with a starting caliber offensive line group, with our offensive line now getting better, I think that he would do wonders with the opportunity. In my opinion, I think he would. I think he would excel in that role. That's what I think. Bro, Parker is gone for sure. Boy, straight trash, bro. I really hope so. What's up, Andy? Chat, what's good with you? Raider. Let's see. I'd rather see Regis than Barber. I'd rather see Regis than every single back on this roster. Maybe Rashard. I like how Rashard was running, but yeah. Parker's a liability. He's gonna fuck around and get caught hurt. And you know what's crazy though is that there's a couple people that that would want that. You know, there's some fucking weirdos that would want that. Raiders need to score fast and not let foot off the pedal. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're playing around with Regis. Like, come on, man. Yeah, give him a shot when Jacobs is hurting. There you go. I think that the people we should elevate this week should be Regis, of course, Tyron Johnson. Tyron Johnson is pretty electric on special teams. Can be electric at the wide receiver position as well if he's given the opportunity. I think Regis, Tyron Johnson, some offensive line depth, and maybe a DB. Use him, Rashard without Jacobs. Use Barber in the red zone and just a sub. There you go. If we don't bring JJ back, Regis is the future back. The thing is, though, right, that draft was 2018, 2019. Which one was it? It was 2018 was Colton. Or was that 2017? I don't know. But they all have one extra year on their contract. They all have another year on their contract. So, I don't know. Me personally, with Josh Jacobs, this is his third year. I think that you look into trading him. I think you look into trading him. And honestly, I think this offseason, we're not far away from being a very good team, you guys. That's just how I honestly feel. We're not far away from being a good team. That's how I honestly feel, right? So in this offseason, I feel like there's two things we need to do. Have a great draft. Obviously, it's easier said than done. But the other thing is, I think that we need to be very active in trades. I think we need to be extremely active in trades this offseason. That's what I think. I think, have a good draft, but I think we need to be very, 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 very active with the trades. I'd give away either players and picks for players. I mean, I think that right now you go out, you try and get a proven defensive tackle. You go out, you try and get another good linebacker, and maybe draft a linebacker. You go and you sign a couple good players as well. But I feel like, you really, 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 really have to have a good draft, and you need to be open into trading away picks and players. Simple as that. Hey, I'm very glad that you mentioned this. Because you said this the day before. You said this. Hey, Vika, shout out to you, man. If I said your name wrong, my fault. But you said this the day before the game. And what was our first drive? Our first drive was a 7.5 minute drive. And when I saw the Raiders take 7.5 minutes off the clock and then score, I immediately thought about this comment. None of the receivers come back for the ball except for Renfrow. What are you talking about? Let's see. Trey, JJ, Low. No, I don't understand why. What's so special about Josh Jacobs? I explained this earlier in the live, right? Let me put it like this. Josh Jacobs is not a bruiser back. If Josh Jacobs was a bruiser back, he wouldn't be hurt right now. You can't say that you're a bruiser back, but then 3 plays into the first game, you're running in between the tackles, getting the gritty yards, and you get hurt. Josh Jacobs is not an elusive back because he doesn't have the speed to run outside. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the sideline speed. He doesn't have the one-on-one ability to juke players out, so he's not. He can't catch the ball consistently. So what does that make Josh Jacobs? When he's used in between the tackles, he gets hurt. When he gets the shot in the passing game, he drops a pass. And he's developed a fumbling problem this year. And when he tries to go out and break it outside, go on the sideline, he doesn't have the speed or the elusive aspect to his game to win outside matchups. So what is Josh Jacobs? How do you classify him? He can't catch. If he's a bruiser, he gets hurt. He doesn't have the speed or the elusiveness to win outside. What is he? What is he? What is he? Because it doesn't make sense right now. Josh Jacobs, he's not a big piece of this team. If we lose Josh Jacobs, it's not the worst thing on earth. He had one 100-yard game, and then he got hurt. We had a practice squad player come off of Washington's practice squad and have 134 yards. I'm not sure what he does. Illogical. Was Emmitt Smith a bruiser or elusive? How is it illogical? Did Emmitt Smith consistently get injured when he tried to go in between the tackles? No. Did he win on the outside? Yes. Therefore, he's an all-around back. You're not one or the other. But in this case, the way I'm trying to explain it for Josh Jacobs is that he's not either one. Emmitt Smith can be both. Emmitt Smith can be both. Josh Jacobs he's not a bruiser. He's not an elusive back. He can't fucking catch. Developed a fumbling problem. What does he bring to our team? Besides one 100-yard game. That's the same thing we got out of Peyton Barber week 3, week 4. So what is special of what Josh Jacobs is bringing to this team right now? Nothing. What is the best ability? Availability. So if he gets hurt, he's not available. When he plays good, he gets hurt. He doesn't bring anything to this team. He's either hurt all the time, has one good game, and then gets hurt. I respect him because he tries to play through his injuries, but he just fucks it up even more. Yes. I'm not saying that Josh Jacobs is a punk. He plays fucking hurt. That's big. That's what you need. But look around the NFL. Who the fuck isn't playing hurt? Who else isn't? Everybody in the league is playing hurt. Josh Jacobs is inconsistent. The only thing he's consistently good at is getting hurt. Only thing, man. Only thing. Like, I think he's better with an O-line. Okay. Let me put it like this. Florida boy. Do you remember our first game with an improved offensive line when our offensive line really started to get going? Do you remember that? It was the first game, the first matchup we had against the Broncos. The first matchup we had against the Broncos. That was the first game that our offensive line really started clicking. Do you know who outperformed him? His backup. Kenyon Drake had a receiving touchdown. He had more yards on the ground. I don't understand. If we're saying that our first game with an improved offensive line, with an improved offensive line, our first game was the first matchup against the Broncos. Kenyon Drake outplayed him. He got outplayed. And look, down the stretch, he's been hurt this whole fucking season. He was out with turf toe. He came back, didn't do shit. You know, right? He comes back. He's back. He looks like he can do it again. He starts realizing, okay, running in between the tackles is what got me to my first Pro Bowl. It's what got me in the top 10 of the running back list. And he started running in between the tackles again these last 2 weeks, right? Then he gets fucking hurt. He's inconsistent. And here's my thing. He's inconsistent at the most replaceable position in football. And if you don't think that running back is the most replaceable position in football, I don't want to talk about football with you guys. Because he is inconsistent at the most replaceable position in football. It's simple. As simple as that. Simple as that, man. Running backs are easy to get. Hey, it is what it is. Bro, the offensive line has been ass. I can't put all that on Josh. Do you guys remember Trey Rega's first run in a Raiders uniform in the regular season? It was for 10 yards. I don't think that it's a coincidence that when Jacobs goes out of the game and then a new running back comes in and then the new running back runs for 6 yards, I just don't think that it's the offensive line that doesn't want to block for Josh Jacobs. I just think that Josh Jacobs throughout the year, his vision wasn't the best. In these last 2 games that he really started to return to form, he got hurt. He's consistently hurt. The value that he brings to his team is good when he's available, and when he's available, he gets beat up. You can't have that. You can't. Why does that look like a Chargers cap? I don't know, man. People been asking me that. That's a Raider logo, though, bro. It's a Raider logo, bro. Raider logo. Boom. Do you think Hobbs is done for the year? No, Hobbs will play. Hobbs is going to play, man. Hobbs is going to play, man. He's going to be just fine. Hobbs is going to play. He is not done for the year. Why you got your gloves in? Because it's cold. Because it's cold, man. Let's see. Does that look like a Chargers hat, my boy? Chargers getting their ass beat Sunday on Sunday Night Football in prime time with in our stadium. In our stadium. Come on, man. Let's see. Just like Latavius Murray came out of nowhere with us that 1 year running backs. Bro, running backs, it's the most replaceable position in football. It's the most replaceable position in football. It truly is. Truly is. And where we drafted him, the value where we drafted him at is not good. It's not good. So, it's just tough. The OG Chargers logo is a shield and that powder blue. Bro, I don't know what the OG Chargers logo looks because I was never a Chargers fan. I only focused on my team. Mexicans don't use heaters. Simple, man. Simple as that. Nonsense. They're called skill positions for a reason. Okay. Hey, Dwayne, let me know something, man. What is Josh Jacobs? Okay, wait. First. I want to say this. Dwayne, is Josh Jacobs a top 10 running back in your opinion, Dwayne? Is Josh Jacobs a top 10 running back in the league right now? Let me know. Let me know. Very disappointed in Nate Hobbs right now. It's tough, man. It's tough. Thankfully, he wasn't this year. He was in his first 2 years. I'm not talking about his first 2 years. I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about this year. And we're talking about next year. He's going to be on a contract year. There's nothing wrong with me saying that he should leave. There's nothing wrong with me saying that he should get traded. If he's not a top 10 running back at the most replaceable position in football, his most recent year, there's no reason to not trade him. Why trade him when we don't have to pay him next year? Next year will be his 4th year. You pay him next year. His 5th year option, you have to pick up his 5th year option next year. You don't have to pay him in 2023, but you pay him next year. Was Waller a top 10 tight end this year? Yes. Stats show it. The stats show it. Even with him being out, the stats show it. Yes. Josh Jacobs is, you look at this year, he's not top 15. He's not top 15. The stats show it, bro. He's not even top 15 this year. So what's wrong with wanting to trade Josh Jacobs? The man is not reliable. He gets hurt. He doesn't know if he wants to be a guy that's going to run on the sideline. He doesn't have the speed for it. And when he's consistently running in between the tackles, he gets hurt. Why do you want that on your team? Dwayne, you said top 10 tight end. There is not 10 tight ends in the league right now with 500 yards. As a matter of fact, let's look at that. Because Jesus, this is just it's not even a point in arguing this. God, man, this is sad that we got to do this. NFL tight end stats. Come on. Let's talk about it. Darren Waller got 643 yards and hasn't played the last 5 games. He hasn't played the last 5 games and has 643 yards. I don't understand. Josh Jacobs. Oh. I don't understand why this is even an argument. Whatever. I don't even understand why that's even an argument, man. Where does he rank in terms of yards? Let's see. Yards. In terms of yards, let's see. One, two, three. That's not yards. Hold on. He is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's at 10. Or he's at 11. He's at 11, missing the last 5 games. I mean, he's at 11, missing the last 5 games. So I don't really understand the argument right now. I don't really understand the argument. What do you think the Raiders would get for Josh Jacobs, a 3rd-round pick? I think a 4th is fair. I think a 3rd is what you should aim for. And a 3rd is a 3rd is what you should aim for. A 4th is more realistic, in my opinion. We need him now, though. We sure do. And thankfully, it seems like we're going to get him this week, hopefully. The same thing you just hated on Josh Jacobs for. Let's look at how many games played Josh Jacobs has. Let's look at the same game. Because look, how many missed games does Josh Jacobs play? How many games did Josh Jacobs just play? Let's check it out. How many games Josh Jacobs played? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Jacobs has missed almost 5 games, right? Motherfucker. What is his yards? He got 740. So he has one more game than Darren Waller and got 70 yards more. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You look at running backs, this month he doesn't even rank 20. Let me see. Let's see. We're gonna have to scroll down real far to find him. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There is 24 players ahead of Josh Jacobs. 24 players ahead of Josh Jacobs. Why would I want to keep him? When Josh Jacobs on the field, at best, top 10, right? At best. At best. Top 10 at his position, right? Top 10 at his position at best. Darren Waller is top 2, top 3. Darren Waller has been on the field more reliable for the Raiders since coming in than Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has missed way more games since Darren Waller got here, and Josh Jacobs has missed more games. And there's 24 more people in the NFL that have more rushing yards than Josh Jacobs. Meanwhile, there's only 10 more with receiving yards at his position than Darren Waller. And he's missed this 5-game stretch. We know what Darren Waller is when he's here. He's a guy that can get almost 20 receptions in a game. I don't want to let go of Waller because tight end is not as replaceable as running back. Running back, look at James Robinson, top 5 in rushing yards last year, was undrafted or a 7th-round pick. Why do you want that? Why? Check the record when Josh is over 100 yards. We don't lose. Do we have the team for that right now? We don't. We don't have the team for that right now, though. Like, our team is not built for Josh Jacobs to run that much. We don't have the pieces. We don't have the Henry Ruggs to back up the defense. We don't have the Darren Waller right now to clear out some linebackers. Well, if James Robinson doesn't come along every day. Came along last year. The best running back this year wasn't a first rounder. The best running back last year wasn't a first rounder. Like come on. Like, I don't understand. Like, bro. God. I'm just looking at all these names, bro. Devin Singletary, Sony Michel, Melvin Gordon, Eli Mitchell, Antonio Gibson, Damian Harris. Fucking all these guys have more yards than this man. We just need Jacob to stay healthy. Yes, that's all we need from him. That's all we needed from him. And we also need him to understand that he does not got the speed to run on the sideline. So he needs to stop doing it. He needs to continue to grind out those yards in the middle, because that's what got him to a Pro Bowl. That's what got him to 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. But he gets hurt. He gets hurt when doing it. So why not go out, get somebody cheaper? You also trade away this guy so you get some value. You get somebody younger. Like there's nothing wrong with that scenario at all. At all. Why are you so high on Waller? That fool is checked out on this team. Waller doesn't want to be a Raider. I'm high on Waller because he has the most receptions since a Raider in the history of the Raiders. He has the most receptions in the history of the Raiders in 1 year. In 1 year. He had 2 straight, great seasons. Same. Think about it. They're actually kind of in the same boat. Jacobs and Waller are kind of in the same boat, but Waller has had more success. Write a letter to the Raiders. I'm gonna let Dirty keep that one. I'm gonna let if Waller doesn't play from LA, I'm moving on from him. It goes both ways, man. We can use an excuse of O-line for Carr, but not Jacobs. He ran the ball on the outside for his first 2 years. Okay. That was just a headache. You're telling me that his first 2 years he was running on the outside? God damn, man. I can't make this shit up. Hobbs is let go and will play. Yeah, Hobbs already got released. He's probably already at his home. He's gonna play. He's gonna play. He's just fine. That's 2 games, man. That's 2 games. That's 2 games. The Chiefs and Bears game. And matter of fact, you look at those 2 games. You look at those 2 games. We beat the Bears and we lost to the Chiefs. Bro, I just don't understand this argument. And that was his rookie year. That was his rookie year. That was 2 years ago. You're bringing up games from 2 years ago. If you have to bring up something from 2 years ago, there's not a point in arguing it. Josh Jacobs is a between the tackles runner. At his best is when he's running in between a center and a guard. I'm just saying, if you got to bring up games from 2 years ago, it's fuck. God damn. Like, I don't know why we're trying to bounce the ball to the outside when you don't have the elusiveness or the speed to do so. This is all I'm saying about Josh Jacobs. All I'm saying about Josh Jacobs. He doesn't have the speed to break it outside. He doesn't have the elusiveness to win one-on-one outside. He has the bruiser capability to run inside. But when he does it, he gets hurt. He is not a good receiving back. He is not good at pass protection. What is wrong with letting him go? Like, what's wrong with letting him go? What's wrong with letting him go? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, come on, man. Point is between Waller and Jacobs, who's helping the team at his moment. Who else you're gonna get? I mean, I don't understand, you guys. Josh Jacobs, man, plays the most replaceable position in football. I am not saying to cut Josh Jacobs right now. I literally just said it. If he can stay healthy, cool. Keep him. But he can't. He can't. You're nitpicking, bro. That's what we're talking about. You are trying to compare the two, a tight end and a running back, which is completely different because a tight end, way harder to find in the league. A running back you can find off the fucking street. We proved that with Payne Barber. Payne Barber couldn't even make the team. Payne Barber couldn't even make the team with the Washington football team. Came over here with us and ran for 150 fucking yards. Josh Jacobs couldn't do that shit for what? 16 weeks? 16 weeks? Bro, I fuck it. I don't know. Is it not possible to keep Waller and Jacobs? Yes, you can do it. It's just that in next year, you're gonna have to pay Jacobs a lot of money. When you have to pick up his 5th year, it's gonna be a lot of money. Yeah, we had Latavius Murray run for 1,000 yards. Like, Payne Barber had one good game. Josh Jacobs this year had one good game. How are you gonna, bro? You can't tell me that Josh Jacobs had more than one good game this year. Payne Barber had one good game. Yes, so did Josh Jacobs. And Chris said it best. How am I nitpicking? You brought up games from 2 years ago. How am I nitpicking? But you brought up games from 2 years ago. It doesn't make no sense, man. Damn, is he going on his 5th year already? No. Next year is going to be his 4th year, but in his 4th year, you have to pick up his 5th year option or you don't. So it's tough. Jacobs helping the team more than Waller. Jacobs wants to be a Raider. Waller doesn't want to play for the Raiders. Waller wants to go back to the Ravens. Hey, man, I don't know who said that. I don't know who said that, but I don't think Waller wants to go back to the Ravens. I don't know why any tight end would want to go to run first team. I mean, Mark Andrews is doing great over there, almost got 1,300 yards. But I think Waller right now is just in a situation where his fucking manager is telling him that, you either try and run the risk of getting re-injured and not making the big money in the future, or you kind of wait it out a bit. Josh is averaging 1,000 yards a season, 10 TDs a season, and I got to have a little bit more faith. Okay. If the season would have ended like how it would have ended this year, he would have ended the year with 700 yards as a number one running back. A number one running back ending the year with 700 yards. Because that's what the other games were. The other seasons were 16 games. Like, so you think it's okay? Hell no. Hell no, it's not okay for Waller to be doing this shit. Fuck no. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. A number one running back that was injured for 5 games. Great. What was he doing in the games that he wasn't injured? You're saying that Payne Barber had one good game. So did Josh Jacobs. Like, what's so spectacular about Josh Jacobs that we had to compare him to Darren Waller? Is Waller even hurt anymore? I know he was on COVID, but what's the word for this week? This week, it's looking like he'll be back. He was on COVID last week, but it's looking like he's trending to be playing. It seems like Rich Bisaccia is expecting him to be ready. So it is what it is. The games when he wasn't injured, the offensive line was okay. I think the offensive line was ass. But look, that's why I brought up the other point. When he wasn't injured, right? When he wasn't injured, the first game that our offensive line played good was the first matchup against the Denver Broncos, and he got outplayed by his backup running back. That's my point. What is so spectacular about Josh Jacobs that we should keep him for $9 million in the next couple of years. What's so special? What's so special about Josh Jacobs? Facts. Papa, I said this. I said this to a Ray yesterday. If Waller wants to go, I straight up trade him to Green Bay for for Devontae. I straight up just boot. What? I said the first Denver matchup. Too clutch. The first Denver matchup. He got outplayed by Kenyon Drake. And the reason why I bring up the first Denver matchup was because that was the matchup that we had an actual offensive line. Josh Jacobs needs Drake. He's never been a running RB1 since Bama. Thing is, though, is for Josh Jacobs, I never thought that he'd be injured this much. Because we picked him up from Alabama because he was young, had a lot of promise, potential, but he wasn't used a lot in Alabama. So I thought that he'd be pretty fresh and all that kind of stuff. I never thought he'd be injured this much. But if he's not available, and when he is available, he just gets hurt again, why are we looking to pay him $9 million in the future? Darren Waller's missed the last 5 games, but he's only getting paid $6 million. Like, it's it's a little bit different, man. It's just tough. Hey, too clutch. Last year, Josh Jacobs led the league in red zone rush attempts. He was bottom in red zone touchdowns. I think that if you touch the ball the most out of any other running back in the NFL, above Derrick Henry's, above Alvin Kamara's, Dalvin Cook's, Nick Chubb's, if you have the most red zone rush attempts, but you are in the bottom half of the league in red zone touchdowns, that's not good. That's not good. That's not. It's not. So this is just all I gotta say, man. Look, and Darth Vader, look. The O-line is finally now getting it. With the offensive line now getting it, he's now not going to be available. So with our offensive line finally getting it going, our number 1 running back is now going to be not available because he got hurt. Like, he also averaged the most yards in stacked boxes. Well, fuck, dude, we were a run-first team. He was averaging, goddamn, hold on. If I pray to God that you average the most against stacked boxes when you are getting the ball religiously. Like what? Like what? I just don't understand. That is football, Andy. I understand that. But that's part of my point. That's part of my point, man. Come on, man. Like, our offensive line finally getting together. Well, Josh Jacobs is hurt again. Meanwhile, Waller will probably play. Like, I understand the injuries happen in football, but we're not going to act like he hasn't been hurt every single season. Props to him for playing 9 weeks. He played 9 weeks on a broken collarbone. That's tough. I never heard of that. But like, it's tough, man. It's tough. I'll never say that Josh Jacobs is not tough. That's exactly what he is. But he's just always hurt. Always. Always. It's tough. He'll still have 1,000 yards every season. Yeah, he probably would. He probably would. He probably would. But the fact of the matter is that he's hurt, so he can't prove that. He can't prove that he would have another 1,000 yards. He can't prove it because he's hurt. He's hurt. Like when he was what was it last year? I think he was top 10 in what was it? He was top 10 in rushing yards. He was like top 3 in rush attempts. It's like, come on, bro. And neither can Darren Waller. I mean, shit. Darren Waller only needs 80 yards to match Josh Jacobs on the season in terms of yards. When did I say that Derrick Henry could run behind this offensive line? When healthy, we know that Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. We can't say that. So, I mean, and they played the same amount of games. Yeah, but the problem is Josh Jacobs has way more touches. Way more touches. I just don't understand this argument, man. Way more touches. Okay, I'm gonna just dead this right here. I'm gonna just dead this right here, man. I'm gonna just dead this right here. I'm gonna dead it right here. I'm gonna dead it right here. I'm not gonna continue arguing this. Josh Jacobs has held the ball 191 times this year. Darren Waller has held it 53 times. And Darren Waller is only lacking 80 yards to match him. Bro, Dwayne, man, Dwayne, you're giving me a headache, bro. Bro, I'm not gonna do this no more. Josh Jacobs has touched the ball almost 200 times. Meanwhile, Darren Waller has touched it 50. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Yes, we do need Jacobs for this game. We need him. We absolutely do. We need all hands on deck. I said this earlier in the live. If you can have Mariota, Jacobs, Waller, Renfrow in the red zone, that'll be tough. All purpose. Let's see. How I check his receiving yards. Let's see. How can you not compare it, bro? 191 touches to 53? Bro, I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it, bro. I just don't. Like, I don't, bro. 191, bro. Bro, his best season was his rookie year, right? You're saying how can he stay healthy behind that offensive line? Our offensive line was good his rookie year. Fucking fractured collarbone. This year, turf toe. Now his ribs. Bro, think about all the shit he's had this year, bro. Fucking lungs, ribs, turf toe. Like, come on, man. It's hard to stay healthy in the league. I understand that. It's a tough league. It's a tough league. But man, it's just it's rough, man. It's rough. Edwards does need a big game. Edwards was very quiet. Edwards was targeted just once this game, right? Edwards was just targeted once this game, right? And it was on like a 20. It was like a 20-yard. It was like a 20-yard play, and it was batted down. It was tough. Yeah, he only got targeted once. We need him though, man. We need him. I think that our coordinators fail. Our coordinators fail our receivers. Honestly, I think that Edwards is a good red zone guy. He just doesn't get targeted in the red zone. When we schemed for him to get targeted in the red zone, he won, or he won his matchups. Like he got freaking hit sticked against the Philadelphia Eagles, but he still got his red zone touchdown. He got his red zone touchdown 2 weeks ago. I mean, he when he's targeting the red zone, he's pretty decent. Let's see. Chargers have allowed the most yards touchdown to tight ends. I seen that, but they did that. They did that. The last time we played them, and Waller was pretty quiet. So hopefully, if we get Waller and Foster, they could kind of be like a duo, and they can both go off together instead of just one. But let's agree to disagree. Simple as that, Dwayne. Simple as that. I like going back and forth, though. That was definitely fun. Has our defense scored at all? Our defense has only put up 2 points, and that was Casey Hayward's safety week 3 against Miami. That was it. That was it, T. Just week 3 against Miami. That's it. Fuck that. We need to steal what Texans did to him to kill him. Yeah, Texans, man. That dude, what was it? Davis Mills torched him. That's right. Yeah, just the 2 points. Just the 2 points. That's the only points that our defense has got the whole year. Just the 2 points on the Dolphins. But I mean, the offense is the one that needs to be putting up points. It helps when the defense does it, but it's the offense job. We need some strip sacks for sure. Yeah, I think Yannick has one or two. Raiders have the most bipolar fan base. We got some would say bipolar. We just have the most enthusiastic. We got the most emotional. Like, we are so invested into this team that damn, we let our emotions take over. Rex Burkhead was killing the Chargers. We got to run it down their throat and play Jalen Richard a lot more. Yannick has 3. Okay. Thought it was just 2. I was just curious. Yeah. Yeah, and Levitt don't have no vision. Yeah, that was tough, man. Levitt had the whole sideline. Man. God damn. That was bad. That was bad. Oh, my God. I remember, I think it was Abram and Casey Hayward just had him they had the whole sideline going for him. God damn. All right, I didn't know that we were on here for about an hour and 45, but it's been real, Nation. I'm glad that everybody pulled up. We talked about the playoffs a bit. We talked about Nate Hobbs. We talked about Jacobs, Waller, all this kind of stuff. We had a fun time today, but shit, I didn't even know we were on for this long. I thought it'd been like an hour, but it is what it is, Nation. I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a good rest of your Monday. Relax. Have a good week, man. See you guys most likely soon. And let's go beat these Chargers this week, man. Let's get into the playoffs. Let's get into the freaking playoffs, nation. Let's go. Let's go.